Hello there, YouTube. It is your boy B3 back with another kicking Toku TV review. We're still going through several Kamen Rider shows I wanted to get through, and the next few after this will probably still be Kamen Rider. But today we are talking about Kamen Rider Wizard. It came right after Kamen Rider Fonze, which was the last one we reviewed. It was the 23rd Kamen Rider show, the 14th Heisei Kamen Rider show, and probably like the fourth Neo Heisei Kamen Rider show, fourth Heisei season, Heisei Phase 2. It's really good. I quite like it. Very dramatic show, nice and serialized. Got some good twists to it, and it aired alongside Zuden Sentai Kyoryuger, which is like the best Sentai of all time. So that's pretty rad. But I really liked Wizard. I think I liked it more than most people did, because lots of people told me they liked Wizard, but they seemed to have more problems with Wizard than I did. Which is weird, because normally I'm not into the magic-y seasons as much, Like, normally I'm not into the magic shows as much as I am the sci-fi ones, but I was really into Wizard. So there's this mysterious ceremony held on the day of, like, this big, fancy solar eclipse that created phantoms, which are these crazy demons that are born out of despair from people who have the ability to harness magic within them. But if you can overcome that despair, instead of creating a phantom, you will actually turn into a wizard, which is pretty cool. So that's what Haruo does. He overcomes despair, becomes a wizard, gets the belt and rings from this white wizard, and the white wizard's really cool. I gotta say, I like me some white wizard, dude. And he becomes Kamen Rider Wizard. Haruto Soma. That's his name. I remembered Haruto, but I had to look up the Soma. So he fights all these phantoms around this kind of like guy who wants to be a wizard but doesn't have the power, and this detective lady who's like super cool and totally my type. Hashtag date me. But then there's also a few other wizards that pop up. There's Kamen Rider Beast, who's pretty cool. He has to literally like absorb phantoms or he will die. Like, phantoms sustain him, so they have to be created for him to live, which is pretty insane, The Kamen Rider Beast cannot survive without killing phantoms. And it's got some good twists. I think the story's quite good. There's this woman he has to keep alive with mana, and it kind of focuses around her. The main events of the story do. She's a very important character, and of course Haruo himself is. It has 53 episodes. That includes the two like post finale episodes that were like a TV special. It's the longest Heisei era Rider series. Yeah, because they're normally around 50 episodes, right? This one was 53. And then Agito was the one before it, and it only had 51. If the specials didn't count as episodes, though, it would totally be tied with Agito. So that's that. But yeah, I mean, it was a very good show. I like the suits. It has a lot of forms. Like right at the beginning of the show, Wizard has 4 forms, and then he gets 4 more dragon forms, and then he gets a form that's like the fire form with all the dragon parts. He's got so many forms, and then he has like his infinity form, and then I think in a movie there's a gold infinity form, if I'm not mistaken, but that's just in a movie. So he has like 10 forms or something like that in the show. A lot of forms. This is part of, because Kamen Riders have a lot of forms nowadays, and that's to help sell toys, because tokusatsu isn't very practical to make cost-wise. It's not very cost-effective, so they really gotta push that merchandise, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I like forms, so it's all good. But Kamen Rider Wizard, it's a great show. The choreography is fantastic. I really like all of the villains. like the Medusa one, the Phoenix one, and the main villain as well. Lots of great stuff going on with these villains. I think most of the characters are good. The one who's kind of like a magic nerd, he kind of gets on my nerves a bit. But everyone else is great. The shopkeeper, everybody's great. Everyone else. There's only one character that I really don't like. It's a fun gimmick. I like the rings. I think the rings are a fun gimmick. I really wanted to buy the White Wizard's belt. You could get it cheap forever, but I don't know if you can still get it cheap. But I mean, if I don't need it for Toku King, then I'm not going to go for it. Speaking of Toku King, here's my little ad. If you would like to support our original Tokusatsu show, Toku King, you can support it on Indiegogo or Patreon in the links in the description below, and you will get rewards for whichever one you donate to. Well, each link has different rewards. So, but I think that is it for today's Toku TV review. This was a little shorter than the past few that have all been around like 10 minutes. But thank you all very much for the support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll be seeing you all later.